under the Samsung Innovation Campus, we are dealing with a project. So herein we had chose our team 3 and myself Nidhi Sinha.
Myself Aditya Rajgupta.
And our project we had selected is image classification. It's guided under Prasad Kesar. And for the libraries, firstly we are dealing with the TensorFlow. TensorFlow is the end-to-end encrypted open source which is basically used to increase the data set so that we can retain our model and increase the efficiency of the data. So when we are using the training TensorFlow data set, it is majorly dealing with the open sources and data set size will be increased.
And the second library we are using is the NumPy. NumPy is basically the Python inbuilt library, and we can divide it is basically used for the numerical data analysis, and num is for the numeric and py is for Python.
So we are extracting the features such as the maximum pool 2D, like global pool 2D extracting for the feature extraction of the image and resizing the compressed images so that the data extraction can be efficient and the accuracy can be increased.
And the second, we are using the Con2D. Con2D is basically the acronym for the Con2D convolutional layer, and it is basically for the feature extraction. With the help of this, we can gather all the information. Basically, what is our project? Our project is basically about the image classification, and by using the convolutional layer, we can extract all the features of the image, what the image is. Suppose if
so herein the neural network will be designed as if the image is uploaded. So the feature extraction will be going bitwisely so that the minimum domain features can be, firstly the properties will be segregated, and with the minimum and maximum efficiency of the similarity to the project, it will segregate the project in the under certain domain, and then it will go for the input verification that whether the image is correctly classified or in the domain criteria, and then the human interface can be intervened so that machine can segregate it into the training data set that what it is actually, the image. Dense layers, herein will be crucially dealing with the impact parameter of the Python, that is a deep layer. Deep layer is actually the 2D layer in artificial intelligence, which is the theoretical basis region that has a 2 layers, that is one is the input layer, second one is the output layer, along with the 2 input layers. So first input layer will act as the output for the second layer, and it will act as the output for so and on. So for deep learning procedures it is used.
The second, we are using the flatten. The flattening, what the meaning of flatten? Basically, in flattening, what we do, we basically resize the image. Image can be of any height or width, and we need to first resize it so that it get perfectly fit into the perfect aspect ratio. Basically, aspect ratio is very much needed in our image classification project, and in flattening, we resize the image and we convert into a particular vector in the vector dimensions.
So for example, if the image detected or uploaded is of a cow, and the aspect ratio is bigger than the training data set, so the multiple asset will be formed in it, so that the training aspect ratio, that is height and width ratio, should be compressed and resized to the editable form so that the machine can detect through the model basis. And global max pooling 2D. It's the maximum feature extraction, so that if we are even compressing and resizing the image so that it should not lose its resolution and the maximum properties, so that it can overdeal to configurize the image into a segregated domain. Batch normalization. So if we are training the high consumption data set and it has the large MB, so we use the open source, that is TensorFlow, so that it can be fetched the data directly from the cloud, and it can be divided into the certain batches. And for normalization, we'll be using the data visualization so that the encryptancies in the data can be reduced and we can reach the maximum efficiency.
And the second, we are using the model. Basically, we are building the model, we are training it, we are pre-processing it, and we are training number of according to the batch sizes and approaches. And finally what we do in our project, we need to save our model, and we have also built a front end for it. Basically we are saving it, downloading it, and giving to the Streamlit so that it can fetch the information and classify the image according to that.
Herein will be majorly dealing with the Keras libraries, and ePoach is the minimum efficiency, that is the runtime of the machine. So for machine training data, we are using the dataset Sapphire 10, and pixel values for the training and testing dataset, it has been reduced under the maximum pooling so that we can reach the needed resolution. This is some of the machine training models, that is the dataset images with the reduced and
basically
computational
Cypher
size.
10 has 5000 images inbuilt in it, and we are taking the pre-inbuilt models only. We need not to download any dataset. Keras provide an inbuilt dataset for it. Basically we have Cypher 10, Cypher 100, MNIST dataset, and many more, and we are using Cypher 10, and we can also use Cypher 100 because this will be our further extension of the project.
Though for the future enhancements, we can use for the data sets of the different domain for the reimbursing the different knowledges. It can have the future enhancements, and the users can be in the medical, satellite pre-imaging, data classification under various, and the major dealing with, we can involve it through the machine learning model into something like according to the WHO, people are losing their radiant, that is vulnerable radiant side, that is corneal defect. So we can design a machine which can exactly perpetually help the blinds to detect the images, so that they can even feel what the person with segregated eyesight can feel, so that we can even use in their treatments.
This is the small animation for this. Basically cat and dog, we are giving the two images, and according to the neural network it will classify.
According to the properties, it will go on denying the properties which are the maximal, it will give the proficiency to the maximal matching power, and if the properties comes under that domain, then the domain will be fetched and the name will be given to the image. These are just the training data sets and testing. This is the complete modeling of normalizing and data. So herein is the flowchart. If we are I'm taking an input as a 1, and then according to the convolution, as in he explained, it's the basic building block in the deep learning. So we'll be detecting the image according to the convolution 2D. Then the batch normalization in the AI is used for segregating into the batch and visualizing the terms in the normalized form. Then maximum pooling, that is maximum feature extracting from the image, and vulnerability and visualization of the image. And this is how like a dense, it will undergo through the layers of CNN, that will be flattening, then drop out, then dense, and then at the last drop out of the image for the properties, and feature will be, like output will be shown what is the image. These are the ePoaches, that is the time value efficiency for the model training. For testing and training, that is the time value efficiencies and our losses on the image. So the maximum training data set can be reached with the shift efficiency. This is the plot accuracy, that is the valuable, that is the expected ratio, but we had reached this much of efficiency. Green here evaluates the kappa coefficient of that, and for the kappa coefficient it's 0.793%.
These are the
We are trained for this much data sets as of now, though it can be extended in future. Thank you. Any questions?